all tend to sweat over small stuff. It could either be because of regrets of our past, any past poor decision that you have taken, or it could either be because we are anticipating a future event, a meeting with your superiors or an examination. We brood over about how we are going to study, how we are going to pass, how we are going to settle in life. That's too much, right? And when the event actually happens, that is the examination or your meeting, you just do it just fine. And when you reflect back on what you had done to achieve this, you would be like, why did I worry so much? Maybe I shouldn't do this mistake next time when similar events happen. But we never tend to learn. I never tend to learn too. But if we had a little tools that can actually help us achieve this, that would be great, right? Today I am reviewing one such book known as The Don't Sweat Small Stuff, It's All Small Stuff by Richard Carlson. More about the book in a minute. Before that, hi, my name is Pavitra Shankaran. Consider subscribing my channel because I'm close to reaching around 1,000 subscribers, and if I hit that mark, there will be a community tab so that I can be in contact with you people always. That's what I want to achieve this year, and also to read a lot of books because I am not so much of a book reader. So I just thought I'll read more books and review it in this channel so I can inculcate the habit in you people as well. Let's go straight into the video. About this book. This book was written by late Richard Carlson in 1997 and had been in one of the most read books from then till now. It's been a fast selling book even today, and also it has been in the New York's best selling books for 100 weeks, which is a good bookmark for people who read actually. If you had the chance to read about The Secret by Rhonda Byrne, she'll be emphasizing on the fact that you have to think about positive stuff for positive things to happen. If you think about negative stuff, that is going to happen. So she'll be reiterating this point over 1 million times for your subconscious mind to understand it. So when I thought about purchasing this book, I thought Richard Carlson is going to be like, dude, don't worry over small stuff and be happy. He'll be reiterating this point till my mind is like, acha, okay, fine, I'll be happy. But I was completely wrong. This book has around 100 chapters, each chapters ranging from just 1 or 2 pages. So it's around a 237 book read, which is decent for a beginner. This book gives so many tools that you can implement in life to be happy, to lead a peaceful life, to sweat over little things a little bit less, to be compassionate and kind towards yourself and others, so we make a great world. So this book is just not about don't worry, it's going to just say that and go. Or that's it. All the chapters I thought is going to just build upon a problem and then give a difficult solution that is going to be, that's going to take an enormous energy for us to apply, but it was completely wrong. This book is an excellent book because it says the problem, it says the solution, it says when you can apply to a person who has no idea what's going on in his life in an easy way. Like you could just take it and just implement that and go. It's just that simple. So there are a few chapters that actually impacted me. So I'll share those chapters and all the things that he said as a sample for you to read. I'll just tell you about 3 things that I learned from this book, which is in the first 1 to 20 chapters, because I don't want to spoil the interest of reading this book, because when you read, you may be impacted because of few other chapters, because it depends on what is actually going on in your life. So the first one such chapter is your in basket is always going to be full even if you die. So there are a certain group of people, including me, that is mainly me, who think that you could be happy, peaceful, relaxed only if you complete the to-do list in your life. Even if it's in a work, if all my mails gets replied, I'll only be happy then. But this is definitely a wrong habit, because we people tend to ignore our family, personal well-being, life around everything. There'll be something going around me at my house and I definitely have no idea, because I'm just so involved in completing that so I can be relaxed. But you know what? Your to-do list is in such a nature that if one thing gets done, other things automatically comes and sit. So if you're going to be living life as though it's going to be a rehearsal of something that's going to happen in the future, you're just losing on life, because that's when life is happening. So your in basket if it is containing items, is very good because it means you're busy, you're involved in something, which is great. But if you think that if you can finish that and then get happy, you're never going to be happy. So this was one chapter that really impacted me. Another one chapter that I really liked was let go of the idea that relaxed people cannot be super achievers. We all think that, I do think sometimes that people who always fuss about things, always get tensed, always hardworking, only succeeds in life. There are people, cool, relaxed people are not super achievers. We think that they don't have enough thing going on in their life, in their mind, that we think that they are not fit to succeed, which is completely wrong. In your life, whatever you have achieved is despite your fear and is not in spite of it. So let go of this idea that only people with always like hot water in their legs succeed in life, which is completely wrong. This idea literally, my mind connected to the Dear Zindagi scene where Alia and Shah Rukh first meets, and when they say that you can it doesn't mean that we always choose difficult path, because we believe that if we have to achieve something, it always have to be something tough for us to go through. But it's not like if we choose the easy path, we are not going to succeed. So this Richard Carlson's book also reiterated that matter. Another third chapter that I like is stress tolerance. Keep your tolerance level low so that your stress will be low. Richard Carlson is also a stress analyst, that is people with a lot of stress and all that go to him, get counseling and all that in when he lived. So people that go to him tend to say that I can tolerate any amount of stress. Give me more strategies so that I can tolerate even more stress. It's like you're inviting more troubles, taking more responsibility because you're ready to handle that stress. If you lower your tolerance to stress, your stress is also going to reduce. So kindly don't invite more tolerance level, rather reduce your stress tolerance level. So if I have to just conclude about all the book, this book is an easy read. Any person with a basic English knowledge can read it. You don't need a dictionary and completely sit over that to understand the book. This book contains 100 chapters, as I said. You just cannot think that you can read 10 chapters per day and finish it in 10 days and learn and then do. You have so much to absorb and then implement in life. He tells you so many things that you will have to take it as a slow read. You'll have to read few chapters, you have to analyze it. He himself will tell you situations where you can apply what he's teaching. So just don't read like you're reading some novel and then say like Katham, let me throw it. That will not work. I mean, you won't get benefited out of it then. Take it as a slow read. There are many chapters. He tells how to lower our stress and be peaceful and be kind and be compassionate. All chapters is not for you, but there are chapters for everyone. That's the greatness of this book. So let me know what other books you have read that can actually help our viewers and yourself and me also to improve our life. You can comment any other books as well. Let me know your thoughts on this review, something that I need to improve. And if you had watched it till now, please give it a like or dislike depending upon your views on what I had spoken till now. And if you didn't like what I said, please tell me why so that I can improve. I'll see you in my next video. Next video is something that you should definitely watch. So I'll see you in my next video. Bye.